Not sure what that alert was, but sounded like a gift or something. So if it was, appreciate you. We got somebody in the guest box. I hope it doesn't freeze on us again. If it does, I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board. I can close that out. For when people do come up in the YouTube, I do have the phone lines open. So hopefully you don't have to just sit here and listen to me whine about why my computer's fucking up. Because I don't want that for you. Thank you for sending your heart, Mies. Thank you for the gifts. Well, I forgot what I was talking about before it, shut me the fuck up. But essentially, yeah, I remember. I was talking to TikTok about, why they essentially prefer specific, feed specific people to the FYP over others. And essentially, the response was, fuck you, pay me. I was like, oh, okay, you don't say. You don't say. So, I mean, I don't know why or if I expected anything different, to be honest with you. But I guess it is what it is. Guess it is what it is. I wish I would have went to like an IT school or something. Maybe that would have been a good idea for me. Maybe I should have done that. I mean, because I've taken a kind of a crash course over the last few weeks. You know what I'm saying? And I did this for the people. I did this so I could provide, educational information and whatnot. But like, it becomes very frustrating. Like when you are trying to, build, hey, Amber, when you are trying to like build community and and actually help people in these really wild and fucked up times in this country. And it seems like there's so many barriers to do so. You know what I mean? I know there's got to be a way to figure out like what the drain on the system is too. What's going on, Canton? How y'all doing? And we done started so many restarted so many times that you know, TikTok at this point is gonna be like, "Hey, fuck you, bro," and everybody else is like, "Jones can't even get his computer to work. How are we supposed to watch that?" Yes, computer hardware questions. Yeah, so I don't know. My streams just keep freezing over and over again. The GPU is only running at like 38% in 3D. Dedicated GPU memory is super low. But the overall utilization is like 72%. Mostly video encoding, and so it just keeps crashing out. CPU fine. Oh, I'm sure, Spooky, but it's 10:57. But that's the problem though. Like every day, right? Every day is like I'm getting on at 8:30 today, and then I can't even really get started until 11 o'clock or worse, which is not my time of day that I go live. And then at 12:30 I gotta leave. At 12:30 I gotta bounce. I gotta go pick up my kids. And yeah. Jess, you know why they started doing that, right? None of them were getting on early in the morning. Like, I'm not stupid. I see what happens. Like, I watch the trends. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to go live every day at noon. Did you get a TikTok agreement to start? Yeah. And then they were like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? So then everybody started going live at like noon. So I was like, what the fuck? And this has been going on for like 3 or so years. So for those of you who've been following me for a long time, no. So then I was like, all right, I'll get on late. Like it used to be Jones After Dark all the time. Like I used to be on late all the time. And then everybody started coming on late. I was like, what the fuck is y'all doing? And so I was like, okay, I'll start going on early in the morning when nobody else does. And then, what do you know? Everybody starts getting on early in the morning. And now, like, people are going out of their way to create their own studios in their house all of a sudden. Fucking going on YouTube, going live on YouTube every day. when they were never simulcasting to any other platforms. I'm like, you gotta think that I'm like blind or stupid or dumb or something. Like, there's no way. What's up, Red? I'm not saying all of that, but you know, there's a lot of people that if you watch close enough, like if you've been following me long enough and you watch them close enough, they went from like a specific thing that they would talk about or a specific way that they would debate. And then I started like watching and seeing people like literally mimic every word that has ever come out of my mouth. And I'm like, the fuck is this? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, I only debate my intellectual equals. I never heard nobody say no shit like that before. And now it's a trend. I'm like, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Like, stop doing that. Dog walk. I said that to another black man because it was something that my father used to say when he was coaching us in basketball. Right? Never was a thing. At least not that I know of. I said it on TikTok like almost 4 years ago now. They tried to cancel me. How about Biden? They tried to cancel me for saying that shit. Because they're like, he called a black man a dog and blah. I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up. Shut up. And it was white people. King Demetrius says he owns me. Is that why he blocked me? Hey, look, all you got to do is go watch the YouTube video on my YouTube. All you got to do is go watch the YouTube video on my YouTube, and then I'll tell the whole story. Hey, King CC. Yes, I do think that I am the shut. I'm glad you at least used the right form of you are. But we don't yap with folks in the comments, not round cheer. So now you get to shut the fuck up. You see how that works? 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 Now you get to shut the fuck up. How about that? And listen, not for nothing, you can Google me, bitch. So yeah. Go in and fire up that Google machine. Figure it out for yourself. They'll run into issues if Atrium starts glitching. Happens from time to time with multi-stream. I ended up using another software for multi-stream. What software? Be more grim. Oh yeah, folks is taking down their Trump flags all over the place. Hey, Daniel Joyce, I see your comment, and I still think you're a bitch. Just so you know. Okay. Okay. You use Streamlabs multi-stream? Is that because it streams off the app? Like away from the app? But see, here's the problem with Streamlabs, though. if I use Streamlabs, there's no plugin unless I buy into another program to stream to all the platforms. Like if I'm streaming with Streamlabs, I can only stream to one YouTube, not two YouTubes. I can only stream to one Twitch and not two Twitches. There's a plugin. Be more. Shoot me an Instagram DM. Yes, I do love a good ad hom. I do love a good ad hom. I like to call white people field whites. I like to call MAGAs field MAGAs, porch MAGAs, MAGA ninnies, MAGAboos. Give me some more, y'all. Moon crickets. Let me think. What else? Melanin deficient. Motsies. That's a good one. Moon maggots. I know for a fact you're broke, because nobody who's not broke has to tell people they're not broke. People already know. Snow roaches is a good one. Snow roaches is a good one. I'm going to have to add that. Sarah Bear, that's true. Melanin deficiency is a real condition. Let me think. What else? Flower Rangers. That's a good one. Flower Rangers is dope. Let me think. What else? Yeast Yeti. Congrats. I'm here for Yeast Yeti. Hey, but look, there's a whole phone number on the screen. So, I mean, you don't have to keep crying about it. Like, if you got some shit to say, you can just pop on over here. Black people can't be racist, dummy. Oh, shit. No, nobody's begging for money. That $50 for deportation is so that when the crowd gets tired of you, we kick you off. And then we use that money to fund community aid, something you guys wouldn't know about. Like, literally, my spouse is a radiologist. We're not hurting for money. I have a whole studio built in my house. We have more bathrooms than you have bedrooms. Like, get yourself together. Gather yourself. You're just mad that there's successful black people. I get it. No, you didn't miss any wedding. There will be no wedding. There will be no wedding. That doesn't mean... Hold on. Before I say that and y'all take it the wrong way. No rads. The agreement was that I would get married if no rads asked. That was the agreement. I said, yeah, if you ask. If you ask, I'll do it. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to keep playing into the patriarchy. If you guys think throwing racial slurs out bothers me, you are absolutely wrong. It doesn't bother me at all. I do not care. I am not offended. Aw, another waste of life called me a bad name. Whatever will I do? Whatever will I do? Yes, she's very proud of me. She's proud of me being in New York Times, Medium, multiple news stations, multiple newspapers and news outlets, magazines, being given community awards. Matter of fact, my filing cabinet's right here. I can grab some of my community awards out if you want to see it. Oh, they want to see No Rats? Hold on a second. I got a good picture of her. She fine as hell too. Oh, I forgot. I forgot that I can do that now. Hold on a second. Let me grab the old iPad out. Hey, y'all. Isn't technology great? Isn't technology fucking fantastic? Let's see. I know I got the IG on here. I got the IG on here. There we are. There we are. Let's see. No Reds. There we go. That's a good one. Okay, you guys ready? Let me just make sure that this is on. Hold on a second. Let me scroll up and put it at least above the clown. Oh shucks. Hold on a second. I gotta start and restart the good old iPad. Hold on. Give me a second. I got you. Hold on to your britches. Oh, there we go. Hold on. How do we zoom that and make it big screen? Enter full screen. No, not exit full screen. Enter full screen. And what the fuck is going on? Sorry, I'm technologically illiterate sometimes. Okay, well here, let me see if I can just zoom it and that way you can see it. Oh, it's locked. Sorry. Is that it? There we go. All right. Give me a second. Boom. There she goes. There she is. There she is. She fine as hell too. Like, I don't know what she was. There she is. I wish I knew how to use TikTok better though. Or use this particular device better is what I should say. This iPad shit. Cause it doesn't work the same when it's in screen share mode. Oh, and that's the other cool thing, guys, that you guys might not know about, is that like we can use like a whiteboard for these weirdos. We can essentially close. Okay, now I figured it out. Now I got it. Close each of these joints first. Let me see if I can do this again. All right. Oh, that's a good one. Here, we can show that one. There we go. Oh, it's locked in place. Look at that. Aw. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be bright. All right. That's it. That's all y'all get for today. Yeah. I'm sure 8 kids. I'm sure they're going to get real tired. You're real tired, Daniel. Hey, Daniel, listen. It's okay, buddy. The fact that you've been nothing your whole life and you're going to die a nobody is not my fault. That's some shit you should talk to a therapist about. Honestly. The vast majority of our lives, I made significantly more money. I was able to retire at 40. I own multiple businesses. Multiple. We have a consulting company. We have a home automation company. We have multiple clothing lines. You're just a loser trolling on the internet. Like maybe if your, you know what I'm saying, penis wasn't built like a Carmex tube, you'd have better luck. Or maybe act like a decent human being and good looking women would like you too. You know what I mean? Good looking women would like you too. But you're just a shit person. You know what? Let me tell you something. One thing for sure and 2 things for certain. I'd be goddamn if I'm going to sit in somebody's comments and argue with them. If I had something to say and I knew that there was a way I could call that person on the phone and ask anybody who knows about me, I'm going to pick up that phone and I'm going to dial it. And I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want. And then you can do whatever the fuck you want to do about it. That's how I roll. That's how I roll. So yeah. I know. He over here focused on my relationship, who I sleep with. We got 8 amazing, beautiful ass kids. Get a job is hilarious. Just because you're a field white doesn't mean that I have to be. Like, bro, worry about your own pockets. Like, you know what I'm saying? Go get your own money up. Worry about your own pockets. Hey, do y'all want to take a field trip? Y'all want to take a field trip? Raise your hand in the chat if y'all want to take a field trip. Hey, somebody let me up. Somebody let me up on my backup account. On my other device. Somebody let me up real quick. Somebody let me up on my backup device. Thanks, appreciate it. Let me mute up real quick though. So there's no. Let's take a field trip. Backpack. Let's go for a field trip. Oh, hold on. Really quick. That's the movie. Hold on. I got to turn the camera around. That's the movie theater, in case anybody was wondering. You see the movie theater seating. That's the movie theater, in case anybody was wondering. Backpack. We going on a field trip. Oh, the camera's off? I'll go back and show you the movie theater again in a minute. I'll go back and show it to you in a minute. Here, look. Let's go on a field trip. We outside. You see how sunny it is out there? You see how sunny that shit is? Somebody give me can I give myself the big screen? I can. You see how sunny it is? Let's turn that around. You see how sunny it is outside? Got the hot tub right here. You see how sunny it is outside? It looks good. That's fine. I'll go back and share out the movie theater. Hold on a second. So sorry, that was the kid alarm, so they don't accidentally run outside. You know what I'm saying? And jump in the pool or whatnot. Hold on. I got y'all. Got a little popcorn machine in the corner. You got our projector up there. Nice movie screen with the surround. Oh shoot, you can't see it again. My bad. Yeah, that's our 200 plus inch movie screen. Popcorn machine, the real popcorn machine. You know what I'm saying? You got the projector up there. And isn't this cool that we built? Like so the kids can like sell tickets, but they also can like climb up inside of there and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like up to the top level, and they can lay down. They can lay down if they want to. You know what I'm saying? And watch movies and shit. Yeah. That's just, you know what I'm saying? That's just a little taste. That's a little taste. It's a little taste. Just a little taste. Just a little taste. So, hey bro, while you're laying in the bed alone tonight, you know what I'm saying? When you're laying in the bed alone tonight, thinking about how that last Coors Light might not get you through, just think about that. Just think about that. Just think about that. You went and participated. Not you went and participated in smex trafficking internationally. Yikes! Yikes! Bro, a passport, bro? Ugh. Yuck. Oh, we have somebody on the line. Let's see who it is. See who we got. Hello, caller. Good morning. How are you? Have you had some water? Said something kind about yourself? Hello.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, caller. How are you? Have you had some water and said something kind about yourself?
Hey, man. I'm blessed.
Glad to hear
drinking
it.
some coffee, not water.
Well, you need to have some water. Water is very important. It keeps you from aging prematurely, keeps your brain lubricated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would consider
Well,
drinking
take
water
that
in the
into
future.
consideration.
What's that now?
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Hey, listen,
had-
I couldn't be possibly living a better life. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's amazing. All right. I just have a question for you. So, I saw your prompt. It says, "What would Jesus do?"
Mm-hmm.
What's what's the what's the origination of that prompt? Why is that there, brother?
Yeah. So
Can you explain that to me?
that came about in the early 2000s, late 1990s, early 2000s. And they said, what would Jesus do? And what they were asking when they were asking that question is, how would Jesus treat the poor, the unhoused, the unclothed, the sick, those that are in prison? It was originated off of my favorite verse in the Bible, Matthew 25, verses 31 through 46.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's why we run a
yeah.
nonprofit. That's why the vast majority of our funds, and I don't mean from the nonprofit, I'm talking about our personal funds from myself and my spouse. Anything that we have in excess of what it costs to feed our and educate our 8 children, because we do have 8 children, we use either our time and or financial resources to return it to the community. We recently built a community farm in front of a local school that's in the middle of a food swamp where they don't really have access to fresh fruits and vegetables. As a matter of fact, I have a whole box of seeds and root vegetables that we're going tomorrow morning to plant. But we already have cabbage, collards, tomatoes, strawberries, blueberries, a guava tree. What else do we got? Green peppers, red peppers, jalapenos. So yeah, and we plan to continue to build that garden out as big as they'll allow us to. At the beginning of this school year, at that very same school, because we became very good friends with the school principal, we went to Walmart and bought. They sell these back to school kits that comes with essentially everything you would need, for your first day back at school. And so we purchased all of them. We filled up a train of shopping carts, and then we went and dropped them off at the school for Thanksgiving. No, excuse me. That was Christmas, wasn't it, Tough Fam? That was Christmas, yes. Christmas, we made sure that all 376 families at that school had either a ham or a turkey, 2 sides, bread, and a beverage of some sort, so that they could have Christmas dinner. On top of my supporters on TikTok donating over 7,000 toys and gifts to the school, where we ran a program where they would give out the kids money for their good behavior, and then they could use that money for their good behavior at the school store to buy their siblings or parents or grandma or grandpa or aunts and uncles gifts. But if you want to read more about who I am or what I do, all the links are in my bio with the various articles. You can go check it out. Because I can right deep in the heart, I can feel when people are being passive aggressive.
You said you can feel with people. I'm not being passive aggressive, bro. I promise. I came to listen to what you had to say. That's all. I wanted to ask you some questions. I still have some more questions. If you
I'd be
feel as
more
though
than
I'm
happy to
being passive
answer.
aggressive,
Yeah, be more than happy
you
to
you
answer.
feel you feel as you feel as though I'm being passive aggressive.
I guess only time will tell, right?
I, but what you say only time will tell. Why do you feel like I'm being passive aggressive? It's a
Sir,
bold claim.
it's not.
because I wasn't.
It's not. I'm fairly certain I'm older than you. I could be wrong. How old are you?
Yeah. I'm 25.
Exactly. So I've been around for a long time. I've worked in the political arena for longer than you've been alive. Literally. Right? And so when somebody starts it in my 40s. So
okay.
When somebody starts a conversation with, it says, what would Jesus do? Do you know where that originated?
No. I didn't ask you, do you know where that originated? I asked you, where did that prompt come from? And when I asked you that, what I meant was, where did it come from? Where is it at in your heart? And why did you put it there?
Mm-hmm.
But you explained to me the origination of what would Jesus do, the movement itself.
Mm-hmm.
But I was asking you what it means to you, not the other way around. So that was a misunderstanding.
Okay.
And it was not supposed
Understood.
to be
no problem.
aggressive.
Then I can see. I apologize.
I've listened to you more than once. I can tell that, like, when you speak on things, you know what you're talking about. I don't think that. Yeah,
Say
I'm
what?
not asking you because I think you're dumb or anything.
Get your
like
own
that.
car. Sorry, I'm just messing.
Huh?
Sorry. I was fucking with my nanny. Do I have the keys?
Oh, okay.
Here you go. Sorry. Are you about to go get them now? Are you? Hold on. Sorry about that. She's going to pick up the keys.
All good. It's all good. Back to our previous conversation. No,
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't trying to be passive aggressive.
Okay. I apologize.
If I
we
came
can move
across
on.
that way, I apologize.
We can move on.
Okay.
I apologize.
Okay. So, you said that Matthew 25, 31 through 36 was
31 through 46.
Right? 31 through 46.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I see right here. 36 is really good. I was naked and you clothed me. I was sick and you visited me. I was in prison and you came to me. Yeah, beautiful scripture.
Absolutely.
But are you a Christian, my friend?
By Christian, what do you mean?
A follower of Jesus Christ and his teachings, and do you believe that, he lived the life we were supposed to live, died the death we were supposed to die, rose from the dead?
Yeah, rose from the dead? No, I don't think that's true.
You don't believe he rose from the dead? Why don't you believe that, right?
When's the last time you seen somebody rise from the dead?
Never.
Oh, well, there you go.
And do you believe? Oh, okay. Do you believe in, like, how old do you think the Earth is?
I know how old the Earth is.
How old is it?
It's several billion years old.
Okay, you believe in evolution?
Yes, we do evolve. Everything evolves. I mean, we see evolution on a regular basis. Things that can evolve the fastest are typically germs and viruses.
Okay.
You don't believe in evolution?
I believe in it in a sense, but not in the sense of, like, humans came from monkeys.
Nobody thinks that. No scientist thinks that humans came from monkeys. We share a common ancestor. You do understand we are primates, right?
I mean, I understand we are primates.
Okay, we're part of the great ape species.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we came, like bonobos, chimpanzees, came from the very same ancestors as we did. We just evolved differently.
I don't personally believe that, but
It doesn't matter what you believe. That's what the science says. Here's the beautiful thing about science, right? Here's the beautiful thing about science.
Have you seen it happen?
Yes, in real time. I was just explaining to you about it. Well, I have a degree in biology. I was just explaining it to you in real time. So, COVID-19, right, evolved rapidly. And the reason it evolved rapidly is because it moved rapidly across the entirety of the planet. And while it was moving rapidly across the entirety of the planet, it was encountering different people with different alleles, meaning that they had genetic markers, right, that made them less susceptible to COVID than other people. So COVID learned it. And then that's why we had variants. Because once it learned how to even attack those people, now it could harm even more people. That's called evolving.
Okay, so what does that have to do with humans and monkeys evolving from the same common ancestor?
Because we evolve based on geographical location. So it would be like the things that you eat, right? That grow in that area, or the climate, right? Those things, have some of the most to do with it, but it also has to do with the things that harm you. So if I took a mouse, right? If I took a mouse and I put that mouse in a cage with a flower that was poisonous to them, that every time they got near it and sniffed it or whatever, it made them violently ill. When that mouse has children, I can put that mouse's children into a cage with the same flower. Guess what they won't do?
Smell the flower?
Yep. You know why?
Because they evolved?
Evolution. Okay. So as I was trying to say, the beautiful thing about science, right, is that if you don't believe in it, you can go and do the tests yourself. Scientific theories. Hold on, let me finish. Scientific theories aren't theories in the sense that you think they are. They're not just ideas. A scientific theory means that as for all the information that we currently possess, these are the facts. The only where we could go from here is forward. We can only learn more about this thing. Gravity is called a scientific theory. I theorize you jump off of a cliff and find out.
I mean, like, I agree, gravity is definitely there. Do you believe that, like, God, when we speak of him, right, is like, do you believe he's just a presence in the universe that doesn't get involved in human affairs? Do you believe that, like, you can really call on God and he will actionably
I'm God.
Help you? Whoa.
The Bible says so. Have you read the book?
I figured that was something. I have.
So then you would know that says, why dost thou call me God? Didn't the old, doesn't it tell you in the Old Testament and the New that thou art God's? Like, bro, you can't have a conversation with me about Christianity and not even knowing your own book.
I mean, like, but I do know my own book.
Then you would know that we were all gods.
Yeah, that's.
So the Bible's lying?
Have to agree to disagree.
So the Bible's lying.
Have to agree to. we're gonna have to agree to.
Is the Bible lying, sir?
First, right? Just humor me.
Or
Please.
is the Bible lying? Because if the Bible's lying, there's no reason for us to continue this path of discussion.
I think I am actually sure that you are taking this out of context.
I'm not. I'm going to read the whole thing for you because I don't like to do that. It's Psalms 82:6, just in case you wanted to follow along.
Yep.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Okay, go ahead. Yep, absolutely.
82:6, he said?
That's correct. Psalms 82:6.
All right, my friend, go ahead.
Excuse me. Is there a particular book that you want me to read it from before I start?
I read out of the English Standard Version, but you can read it out of King James.
English Standard Version? Hold on, let me go to the English Standard Version.
Verse 7?
English Standard Version. Hold on.
Verse 6.
Hold on. I'm gonna read the verses prior to it, and then after it, because that's how you.
Awesome.
That's how you read the Bible.
Book, so
what?
We can read the whole thing.
Yeah.
I said it's a pretty short.
Yeah.
Book of the
Yeah.
Bible.
Yeah. Sure.
So.
Yeah. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judges them among the gods. Why is it important what was said in that very first verse? God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among the gods. Why would God say
Little g?
Okay.
So there is a delineation between the two, because big G refers to, God the Almighty, and little g refers to something that doesn't hold weight with God the Almighty. So comparably, you could call yourself a God, but you're not the same as God, the creator of the universe, or God, Jesus, or God, the Holy Spirit.
If you read, right, in Genesis, sir, please, you're way too young and way too far out of your league right now. So I'm going to need you to relax for a moment. In Genesis, it says, we shall make them in our image.
And I can tell you what that means.
Okay. I don't need apologetics. You don't know how to read Hebrew or Aramaic. I can assure you, you've never taken a class in theology.
Oh, okay.
So I don't need somebody who, excuse me?
I said assure me, please. You're wrong, but assure me, please.
Okay, under what the theological studies
You said under what theological studies?
Yeah, under what theological studies?
To a pastor and an evangelist who have been doing so for about 60 years of their lives.
Oh, so somebody at a church.
And taught me everything that I know.
Oh, so somebody at a church. Okay, got it. So I thought you meant like actual theologians, you know what I'm saying, that like we debate upon in, you know what I'm saying, like sociological settings. But okay, my apologies. Got you. So you got told what to believe at the church like everybody else. Okay, got it. Okay. I'm going to finish reading these verses though. That's fine. I'm going to finish reading these verses though. Thanks. So God standeth in the congregation of the mighty, and he judges among the gods. He long will ye judge unjustly and accept the person of the wicked. Selah. Defend the poor and fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. Now, here's where this gets important, right? When Jesus came back, he was no more Son of God, no more a God than any of us. But he told us, gave us directives in Matthew 25, verses 31 through 46. God said, if they don't have clothes, give them clothes. So Jesus, in his travels, gave people clothes. God said, when they're sick, heal their sick. And so God went around and healed the leper and the blind. Doesn't necessarily mean that it was a miracle. Most of these things are metaphorical in nature, right? When God said, you saw me hungry and thirsty and you gave me nothing to drink. God turned water into wine, turned bread and fish, loaves into plenty for everybody to eat. Like, if you read these stories and you understand this book, these themes are just repeating themselves over and over and over again. Jesus himself said, why dost thou call me good? There's no good. There's none good but my Father in heaven. Now hit me with the Apologetica.
No, well, he didn't say my Father in heaven. He said
he did.
There's none good but God.
It depends on the version that you read. Thank you, Shalonda, for the $3. Hey, guys, you know what the daily goal is. If you're entertained and you would like to support the platform and the work that the Tough Fam and our community does, Cash App, PayPal, and Tip Jar are all in the link tree. Venmo is NoRads5. Anyways, go ahead. What'd you have to say?
I was gonna say he was talking to a religious leader, and the religious leader kept calling him, like teacher, good teacher, and things of that nature. So he was trying to clarify, I'm calling myself God, and if you're not gonna call me God, then don't call me good. If you think I'm just a man, because all men are flawed. However, right, in this verse, I would like to point out, he says, I'm reading from the ESV version, which
sure.
I think you read from a different one. But, okay, so it said, I said, you are God, sons of the Most High, all of you. Nevertheless, like men, you shall die and fall like any prince. Which is creating, right, and it's little g gods, and Most High is capitalized.
Thank you, Latoya. Appreciate you.
Which is saying, for sure, that there is a difference between big G God and these little G gods.
So we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. It's great.
Which would not make us anywhere on the same.
We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna go to John. We're gonna go to John 10:34. You said English Standard Version. Isn't that what you told me last time?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's what I read.
It didn't read the same, but that's okay. I can understand.
They're all printed by different printers. So what? Anywho, John 10. I think, huh? I want to say it starts at 34, but I don't remember right off the top of my head. I think that verse is at 34, but I don't like to start right there. I like to start before so that people have context of the conversation that was being had. This is Jesus, red letter Jesus, by the way, y'all, right? Red letter Jesus talking. And he says, truly, truly, I say to ye, he who does not enter the sheepfold by the door, but climbs in by another way, that man is a thief and a robber. This is about to fuck y'all up, y'all Trump supporters, but it probably won't, because you'll miss all the context. But anyway, but he who enters by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the gatekeeper opens. The sheep hear his voice, and he calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. When he has brought out all of his own, he goes before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. A stranger they will not follow, but they will flee from him, for they do not know the voice of strangers. This figure of speech Jesus used with them, but they did not understand what he was saying to them. So Jesus said again, truly, truly, I say to you, I am the door of the sheep. All who came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep do not listen to them. I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved and will go in and out and find pasture. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. He who is hired hand and not a shepherd, who does not own the sheep, sees the wolf coming and leaves the sheep and flees, and the wolf snatches them and scatters them. He flees because he is a hired hand and cares nothing for the sheep. I am the good shepherd. I know my own, and my own know me, just as the Father knows me. And I lay down my life for the sheep. And I have other sheep that are not of this fold. I must bring them also. They will listen to my voice. So there will be one flock, one shepherd. For this reason the Father loves me, because I lay down my life that I may take it up again. No one takes it from me, but I lay it down of my own accord. I have authority to lay it down. I have authority to take it up again. This charge I have received from my Father. There was again a division amongst the Jews because of these words. Many of them said, he has a demon. It is insane. Why listen to him? This dude's a socialist and a commie. Why should we listen to him? Can a demon open the eyes of the blind? At the time of the Feast of Dedication took place at Jerusalem, it was winter, and Jesus was walking into the temple, into the colonnade of the Solomon. So the Jews gathered around him and said to him, how long will you keep us in suspense? Are you the Christ? Tell us plainly. Jesus answered, I told you, and you do not believe me. The works I do in my Father's name bear witness about me. How do we tell who a Christian is? By their fruits. Anyways, but you do not believe because you are not among the sheep. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. I give them eternal life, and they will never perish, and no one will snatch them out of my hand. My Father who has given them to me is greater than all, and no one is able to snatch them out of the Father's hand. And I and the Father are one. Not one and the same person, but one and the same mission. The Jews picked up stones again to stone him. Jesus answered them, I have shown you many good works from the Father. For which of them are you going to stone me? And the Jews answered him, it is not for the good work that we are going to stone you, but for blasphemy, because you, being a man, make yourself God. And Jesus answered them, is it not written in your law? I said you are gods? If he called them gods to whom the word of God came, and scripture cannot be broken, do you say of him whom the Father consecrated and sent into the world, you are blaspheming because I said I am the Son of God? If I'm not doing the works of my Father, then do not believe me. But if I do them, even though you do not believe me, believe the works, that you may know and understand that the Father is in me and I am in the Father. Like, yo, if you don't understand what is being said in this scripture right here, don't ever fucking call yourself a Christian again. He said, I'm doing the thing that we were commissioned to do. And so I am a son of God. And so are you. And you have the ability to do it too. And that's why in Matthew 25, verses 31 through 46, he says, are you a sheep or a goat? Because the sheep do the things that were asked, like feed the poor, help the sick, clothe the unclothed, give food, water, and shelter to those that don't have it. Can I ask you, sir, are you a sheep or are you a goat?
I'm a sheep, brother.
Who'd you vote for?
I didn't.
You didn't vote at all?
No, I did not.
I wish I could say I honestly believed you.
No, I mean, like, I'm being honest. I'm not gonna lie. You know, that's part
Why
of
didn't you vote?
being the sheep. You know? Just at the time, not really informed enough on who I would have wanted to vote for in the first place. I have things that I believe, you know, and I don't really think either candidate aligns with.
Oh, so the one who had a plan to make sure that people were no longer unhoused, the one that had a plan to make sure that children had access to health care, you know, take care of the sick, and food, you know, feed the people who need food, and clean the water, give the water to those that are thirsty, and provide a path to citizenship, because he says invite in the sojourner in those same verses. And it also says in 76 other verses, for you were once a sojourner in the land of Egypt, that anybody that is in the lands amongst you shall be treated as a citizen among you. So the person that had plans for all of that, not Jesus-like.
May I speak?
Sure. Let's hear it.
May I speak? At the end of the day, right, I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Kamala. I'll probably vote in the next election, you know. And as you said, you don't even believe that I didn't vote, but
I have rights to my beliefs, don't I?
I can't. Huh?
Yeah, I have the right to my beliefs, don't I?
Sure, absolutely. I'm just saying, like, it's not true. I didn't vote.
Okay.
You know, and there's no going back in time to change that. So I can't really sit here and have an argument with you about it. You know, that was just.
But not voting, like not participating in the practice. You know what I'm saying? Our civic duty to one another.
I voted locally in California.
That's dope.
Things. Like, you know, like to stop certain propositions, like that was going to let the government set like housing prices,
right?
Because I don't want that. I own a home. I don't want them to be able to do that. You know,
I dig.
So I can rent at.
She had a plan for that too. She had a plan for that too. It's crazy. I just want to ask you a question. When they were teaching you, this pastor and bishop or whoever, how did they tell you that you judge a verse in the Bible? How did they tell you to judge a verse in the Bible?
You need to take it in context, and then also.
No, there's a specific way. Anybody who studied theology this is theology 101. How would you do so? It's only 3 words.
I don't have those 3 words. I know the words that I've been taught.
What are those words?
Exegesis.
Nah.
You have to understand the context of the verse.
Sir, do you read Hebrew? Do you read Hebrew?
I don't read Hebrew.
Gotcha. Do the pastor and the minister, bishop, whoever, you know what I'm saying, you were speaking to, Do they read Hebrew?
Brother, can
Can you answer the question, please? Can you answer the question, please? Did they speak Hebrew? Did they speak Hebrew? Did they speak Hebrew? I've allowed you to speak multiple times. Did they speak Hebrew?
For like 6 seconds before you ask me another question or tell me that I'm stupid, which is, first off, bad faith. First.
Okay, sir, you don't even know how you're supposed to decipher biblical verses, and everybody who's ever studied theology knows that it's measure upon measure. And what does measure upon measure mean?
Tell me.
Okay, measure upon measure means is that you take a verse in the Bible and it has accompanying verses in the Bible, and that's how you determine their validity. You take scripture, measure upon measure.
Okay. I mean, that's why I believe the Bible, is because, you know.
So never mind all the contradictions. So never mind all the contradictions. Never mind that it justified slavery. Do you believe in abortion?
Does it? Do I believe that it exists? Sure.
No, do you believe that it's okay?
No.
Why not? The Bible condones it.
It's a human life.
The Bible condones abortion.
When?
Jesus was a late-term abortion, if we gonna keep it a buck. But aside from that, didn't God tell them to go into the village? Hold on. Didn't God tell them to go into the village and slay everyone and gash the women's wombs open and bash the infants against the rocks? That God? I would say I'd say that's abortion. But even if we were going to throw all of that out, Noah's Ark, didn't he flood the whole world, man, woman, and child? I would say that that's abortion. But even if we were to throw all of that out, Numbers 5:11 quite literally gives you the methods by which a person can have an abortion. I'll let you read that on your own. In your own time.
You said Numbers
5:11. Numbers 5:11. Yeah, go check that out. Write that down. Fold the corner of that page and then check it out when you have time.
Okay.
Did you have any other questions that weren't religious related, or that's all you wanted to talk about?
No, man. Like, to be honest, what's your actual name?
Mr. Jones X. Literally, that's my actual name. It's my legal name.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You can Google me by that name.
Oh, okay. I hope God blesses you, man.
I'll pass. I don't need Jim Crow Jesus. I bless myself.
I hope your kids are blessed, your wife is blessed, your whole life is blessed.
Yeah, we bless each other.
Continue to do what you do for the kids. That's really awesome.
Appreciate it.
I enjoyed hearing that. That's
cool.
a good thing.
What'd you have for breakfast this morning?
I haven't had.
Nobody gives a fuck. Anyways, hey guys, tap that screen, share that live. Why the hell aren't we at 200K likes? What the fuck is going on? I know what the problem is. And guys, I'm so sincere. Like, as much as I love like coming on TikTok and my TikTok fam and shit like that, and I mean that, and it's not personal, and it's not necessarily because of you guys, but when I tell you that whether TikTok stays or not, myself and no rads, because if you haven't noticed, they don't go on very much anymore either. It's mostly because the amount of performative individuals that act as if they're activists or friends aren't really the people who they say they were or are. But we're really about building community, and it doesn't seem like that's happening here any longer. And so I think that we're going to be focusing more locally and working on making educational and political content on YouTube and other platforms. But when we do come on, you know what I'm saying, to TikTok, it doesn't seem like people participate. And I'm not calling anybody out specifically, but it seems like people would rather be in the places where drama is taking place and not, educational content and shit like that. And so if TikTok's not really the space for us any longer, if it's not a great platform for us anymore, then it's time for us to go do something else. So, anywho, the call line is back open. If for those of you want to call in 407-900-1693. For those of you who are on YouTube, unless you send a super chat, I cannot see it. Because I don't have that screen up. I'm in studio mode, so it doesn't show me any of those comments. My mods tell me that you guys say all types of crazy shit, which is cool. You're welcome to say whatever you want for the most part, as long as you're not out there slurring. But if it's something that you want to talk to me about, one, I'd be goddamn if I'm about to argue with some comments. And two, that's why there's a phone number on the screen. But either one is fine for me. Anywho, oh shit, also, you guys know that on studio I really can't see when you guys send a guest request. I have mods. You guys can let people up occasionally, you know what I'm saying, to say what's up. Like, I don't mind that. Let me adjust this. I don't know what I do with my phone. Oh shit. Here, let me read these off. Tristine, thank you so much for the five. Sorry, I'm stuttering. For the $5. Brent, thank you for the 20. Shalonda, I think I thanked you already, and Latoya I did as well. That's 35.40. So we at 710. 710. I think there's 500 people in here. I think we could get closer to closing the goal out. We didn't nearly at all yesterday. One of the young ladies who needs help with their family did come up and talk to you about it yesterday. We'd like to be able to do more. I know that times are, stressful for everybody, but that's the thing that I'm trying to stress to people the most, right? Is that we're actually 700. Stress to people the most, right? Is that in these specific times, right? Like, we will see a commercial online. I'm sorry. Is that Tiff Tiff at the bottom? Did you not mean to request? You can drop down if you want. Okay. Cool. So what I think is crazy, right, is that people will see an infomercial about like, oh, there's starving children in Africa, and for just $1 a day, you know what I'm saying, you can feed them, and none of that money is going to people. And then we got people right here that are like, hey, we need help. I'm in a DV situation, or I'm about to lose my house, and people like, but they'll send that $1 a day though, because somebody played a sad song on TV. Caller, what's going on? Name, age, and where you calling from?
Hi, I'm Kenneth. I'm 23. I'm calling from the road in Oklahoma right now.
My man Kenneth from the road. What up, Kenneth from the road?
What's up? I just wanted to kind of call in and emphasize to just whatever audience, whatever platform you have.
Thank you, Carla.
That it's really, really important for as much time as people spend consuming in being informed about what stuff is going on right now, and doing all that stuff online. Make sure that people are knocking on their neighbors' doors, trying to go to their libraries, get a library card, be active in your community as yourself. Because I think that's also, because I mean, I'm 23. I was growing up online with YouTube right as Trump and the Gamergate and all that bullshit kind of became so prominent. And it's really, really hard for all of these young men, all of these guys that feel so disrespected, feel so incapable of confronting their privilege because of how miserable that patriarchy still makes them. If people aren't going out in person, offering an alternative, trying to reach people in person instead of just online, it's not going to change things, because those online communities that these men are drawn to are designed to keep them so insulated and designed to keep them anxious and self-conscious. And it's just, I think it's just really important.
I think COVID,
as a young white guy, it's my responsibility too.
Yeah. I think COVID was one of the most dangerous things that ever happened in this country, aside from the fact that it unalived so many people. COVID is still taking the lives of young women and men, but not because of the actual, virus itself or the disease itself, because young men got caught up in red pill ideologies and shit and harmed a bunch of young women.
And I think that it's also just, it's so difficult for so many men to realize that, like, even whenever the instinct that what makes you want to go, oh, not all men, oh, I'm not like this. You're policing the wrong people.
Right.
If you want it to really be not all men, it means that whenever your kind of racist friend says something objectively racist or says something objectively just heinous, call them out and stand on it. Because no one can make human rights an issue that you can fight against if you make it about human rights, and if you just make it about respect. And that goes for trans people, that goes for Palestinians, it goes for everybody. And I think people just get so, because they're so lonely, they just want to feel part of something, and localizing and giving direction to that anger that everybody feels because they're so lonely.
Right.
Is the tool that they use to weaponize this. And I think that if people just who care try and message more and more about it's about human rights and respect. And if you don't respect those two things, then you're not ready to have these conversations, and you should feel ashamed. Because that's what the thing is that we can't just scream at these people. And it's why I like the way that you debunk a lot of this stuff, because shame is a very effective tool to shape human behavior, because it forces people not just to be, oh, that person, they don't. Well,
don't get it too twisted though. You start talking to me crazy. You start talking to me crazy, and you gonna get what you asked for. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like I'm trying to educate folks, legitimately trying to educate people.
And unless you at least approach them in good faith, and then if they continue to act in bad faith, you clown them for acting in bad faith because they're purposely missing the point. Because it's too easy to just, like, that's the thing, is like being this conservative MAGA mind, whatever. It's easy because you don't have to confront the fact that if you're a white person in America, you are descended from a colonizer.
Right.
No ifs, ands, or buts. If
Right.
you are a Hispanic person in America who is white passing, there are so many of them that don't understand, like,
that they have privileges that other,
they
you know what I'm
still
saying?
have privileges.
Yeah, that other people don't. Other marginalized communities don't. Yeah, true shit.
Yeah, and again, it's so frustrating because people now, and I've seen it with like family members and stuff, where their views are being confronted with the abject reality of what happens when those things are implemented, and they've tuned out now because they'd rather just be uninformed or just disaffected than confront that cognitive dissonance that they're feeling. And I think that, again, using shame, saying like, why would you want this weird shit? Why do you care?
Right.
Why do you care about trans athletes?
They don't.
Athletes are 1%, are a
They don't.
fractional population, and trans people are also a fractional percent of the population.
They don't care. They don't even know. They don't even know any trans athletes.
Mm-mm.
They don't know anybody who knows any trans athletes.
It's easier to know a trans person than to know a trans athlete because guess what? Most trans people aren't freaking athletes.
Right.
Most people aren't athletes. Why
Right.
do you care?
Right. I agree with you 100%. Well, I appreciate your call, Fred. That was a good breath of fresh air. I'm going to open the call line back up, but thank you for calling in, man.
Absolutely. Have a good
Be safe out there.
Mhm.
Call line is now back open. For those of you who'd like to call in, 407-900-1693. Also, you know, I see the Trumpers here and there hop on the tiki-talkies. You guys can talk to me. I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't beat you up through the phone. I'm not going to do anything to harm you. Like, the worst that can happen is you actually learn some shit. God forbid you learn something. Oh, no. Oh, no, I learned shit. Whatever will I do? I talked to a Negro and he taught me something. Whew, man. But yeah, man, going back to what I was saying, man, sometimes we sit there and ask ourselves, like, why we even bother? Like, why we even bother with this shit anymore? Like, when there's a bunch of people who don't belong to marginalized communities with fucking thousands upon thousands of people watching their lives. And they're saying nothing. Like, why even get involved? Because we sat through the last, I mean, before some of them were even doing it, No Rads and I were doing it. Educating about COVID-19, educating about thank you, Patty. Educating about red pill ideology and the patriarchy and deconstruction and decolonizing and, you know, getting out of the church and shit like that. Like, before there was other people doing it, we were doing that shit. And then they were like, you know what, we really love you guys, but we'd much rather hear this from, you know, white men. We'd rather hear from white men. Like, yeah, we know, no Raz, that you're in the queer community, but we'd rather talk about queer issues with white men who are not in the queer community. I know that you are a woman, you know, who is affected by abortion rights, But I'd much rather talk to a white man who's not affected by abortion rights. I'd rather talk to them about it. Heather, what's going on? How are you?
Oh, accidentally requested. Sorry.
No problem. So the mods are telling me that the YouTube folks are calling me racist again. Black people cannot be racist. Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. It's not how racism works. Please stop being stupid. Like, you motherfuckers have to center yourself in everything. You know what? I'm going to be dead ass with you. If somebody said, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Like, men are always, are always abusing dogs. Well, I've never abused my dog, so I know they're not talking to me. So I just move the fuck on with my life. Or they're like, men are terrible drivers. Well, I haven't been in an accident that I was at fault of or gotten but more than like one ticket my whole life. So I know they're not talking about me. So I move the fuck on. If people say that when women were doing the whole choose the bear shit, I was like, yeah, I get it. I dig it. But they weren't talking about me. So I didn't get offended. But white men, you say something about a box of crackers and they lose their mind. What did you say to me? I don't know, bro. You want some Ritz? I got some peanut butter. Some people like to put little cheese squares on them. Like, you okay? You all right, buddy? You need a hug? It's like, the fuck? Like, man, look at all that white snow outside. What did you say about white people? I said, bro, it's snowing. It's snow. Just put a jacket on, okay? It's cold outside. Y'all just need a fucking hug. And it be the MAGA ones too, who swear that like everybody's a snowflake or crying or whatever. And they're the ones always complaining. They're always the victims of something. I couldn't get a job because the immigrants. No, you couldn't get a job because you've never read a book, dumbass. You couldn't get a job because you're not a good employee. You couldn't get a job because you got like 6 DV charges on your record and a DUI to boot. You couldn't get a job because you're on an offender list. Like, that's why you didn't get the job. That's why. That's why. It's because you can't read above a 5th grade level. And you can't type. And you spelled your name wrong on your fucking employment application. That's why. Because you showed up to the job interview in jeans and a t-shirt. That's why. Because you thought that all it was going to take for you to get the job was show up as a white man. Is why you didn't get the job. DEI didn't hurt any of you. Other than the fact that it gave a bunch of white women a leg up. So in the sense that you didn't get to control white women as much, I guess it hurt you there. Like, oh shit, we can't control white women. They got their own money now. Fuck's we gonna do, George? She getting too uppity. We gotta take her down a couple notches. We gotta ban abortion. Now she's pregnant. Yo, I know. Hold on. Let me see who's in here real quick. That I fuck with and I trust. Let me see. Hold on a second. I need to talk to somebody who's been in like a shit ton of space with me a shit ton of times. Hold on a second. I'm gonna just pick somebody at random. Who all in here? Oh, I know who. Where they at? Need a favor, friend. Jazzy, where you at? Oh, there you go.
I'm in the office.
That's fine. It only take like 2 seconds. You can give me 2 seconds. Have you ever heard me say anything as stupid as, well, not all men?
No.
Because that's ridiculous, right?
Yes. In fact, you include yourself.
Exactly. I say, yep, even me. Thank you. That's all I needed.
Okay.
We're gonna do an ASMR live later, you and I. I even have an extra mic. Just
I got you.
Make sure